This is a Bones Divination for the global community for the month of September, as guided by the ancestors. I've already set the intention with the ancestors to bring forward any information that might be helpful for the global community. I'm just going to light some impepu to let the ancestors know that we're ready to begin. And so the first image that the ancestors are showing Mukosi's, they're showing me you are standing on this rocky path. And what the ancestors want me to be clear about is this is not a small gravel path. The rocks are quite large, and you're trying to navigate this path in front of you. And the rocks are sharp, and they're teetering, and you're trying to walk on this path. And this is what the ancestors say represents what is going on in the world right now. We're trying to navigate all of the things that are going on, all the political, all of the health, all of the global climate issues, whatever is going on, all these obstacles that we see happening in front of us each day. And this is what these large rocks represent. And sometimes you stumble, sometimes you fall, and then you pick yourself up, and you're bleeding, and you're all scraped up, but you continue to move forward because this is the way that life needs to be right now. That it is time, it's an opportunity for time to change. It's an opportunity to move forward, but the path before you is not easy, is what the ancestors are saying. The path is not easy, but you must continue to move forward and keep stepping forward and watch your feet as you move forward, as you're focusing on what is going on around you. You're forgetting to watch where you're stepping. You're paying attention to what's on the outside and not paying attention to what is on the inside. And so the ancestors are saying that although the rocks beneath you may be difficult to walk on, if you turn to the information inside of you, then you are going to be more settled and more grounded, and to be able to navigate all the obstacles that are coming up on this planet at this time. And what the ancestors are showing me is that you have an opportunity to step forward. And what they are showing me is there are two mirrors in front of you at this path on these rocks. And on the mirror on the left side is a mirror that if you stand in front of it, you are reflecting out into the world all the pain, all the suffering, all the judgment, all of the difficulties that are happening in the world, even anger, even to the extent of rage. If you are standing in front of this mirror and you are radiating out all of these types of emotions, all these types of feelings, all of this fear that you're holding within inside, that you are up against in this world at this time, then that is an opportunity for you to reflect all those negative things out in the world. And what the ancestors are showing me is there is another mirror, a mirror on the right side. And if you move over and you step in front of this other mirror, what they are saying is that you are reflecting out hope into the world. You are seeing the goodness in humanity. You are seeing the goodness in the world. You are radiating out love and kindness and compassion. And this is what the ancestors are showing me, is that the path may be difficult, but you do have choices. You have choices of what you're going to reflect into the world. You have choices of what you want to put out. And you also have a choice of what you're focusing on, whether you're focusing on what is inside of you or whether you are focusing on the outside world, in feeling hopeless, in not being able to control the circumstances, is what the ancestors are saying. So if you're standing in front of this mirror on the left, you are focusing on what all the negative aspects that are going on, instead of seeing the joy, the goodness, the hope for humanity, the kindness, the compassion, the unconditional love that can be sent out into the world, all the goodness. The ancestors keep saying to focus on all the goodness, but you have a choice. Each and every one of you who are listening to this message, you have a choice of how you're going to stand in the world, what you're going to reflect into the world. And they are saying they understand it is not easy. In some days you may stumble and fall, and you may forget. You may forget to focus on your inside world and what you're reflecting out. And sometimes you may get angry, or you may get upset at what you hear or what you see is going on in the world. But what they are saying is that each and every day when you're doing this, you have an opportunity to choose. And by choosing to move over to the other mirror, to stand into the hope, to stand into the goodness, to stand into the kindness, to stand into the unconditional love, to stand in the compassion and reflect that out into the world. Each and every day you have a choice, Makozis. They're saying you have a choice. And as you do this, then this is an opportunity for you to grow as part of the global community, as the part of the global consciousness, a time of growth that our planet is in at this time. This is a great time of growth, a great time of change, of being able to choose where we stand in the world, in what we reflect in the world. And this is what the ancestors want you to understand, is that we have choices. And so they're showing you back on the path again, and they want me to go back, and they just want me to say it again, Makozis, because they understand how hard it is. They understand that what we're seeing in our hearts go out to all that we're seeing in the world. But what they want you to keep focusing on is your choices of how you walk in the world. And this is really what shifts and change what is happening on the planet, by focusing on our inner worlds, on our inner spirits, on our inner guidance, on our inner connection to our own ancestors. This is what helps the growth on this planet to shift and change from living into this time of fear, this time of judgment, this time of doubt, and all the things that can be coming up for you at this time because of the events that you are seeing in the world. It is a time of choice, a time to step back into that place of hope and seeing the goodness in the world. And so this is the message of the ancestors. This is what they want you to hear. This is what they really are focusing on for the month of September, to have that choice of what you are going to reflect out into the world for the month of September. What is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to see in the world? And that's what you need to focus on. And when you stumble and fall, just get back up and relook at what you're radiating out into the world. And this is the message of the ancestors. What are you radiating out into the world? What do you want to see? What do you vision for the world? And that is the place that you need to reflect it out from your heart into your own family, out into your communities, out into your states, your countries, out into the planet, to Mother Earth, and into the cosmic. This is how you help make change and help the healing of what is going on in the world. If you're reflecting out all the negative aspects, then you are feeding those aspects, and it's going to be harder and longer is what the ancestors are saying. So they are speaking very clearly today, very with great strength to remember this message, to keep reflecting back on the unconditional love, compassion, kindness, the goodness, and the hope. And they just keep saying it over and over and over to keep bringing your attention back to those aspects. And this is what is going to help heal the world of the suffering that we are experiencing at this time, Makos. And so when I look at the bones on the mat, what the ancestors really are talking about is that this is a child bone here at the bottom. So it's a time of birthing, a time for new, but on both sides of that child bone are pain bones of difficulty, of all of the obstacles that we have to overcome with what is going on in this birthing process. But on the other side of that, there's a great opportunity for transformation. And this is what they're really focusing on, is this bone here is all about transformation. All of this is actually about loving yourself here. And then this is the global community here. And so by really focusing on that inner transformation of yourself and what you're putting out to the global community, as you do that, then things can be able to shift and change. And we move forward, and we're letting go of all that no longer serves us. And we can actually step into the world with our open heart here. And we really can express all of that goodness out into the world, all of the kindness, all of the compassion, all of those aspects that the ancestors are calling you to do. The goodness, the world, there is goodness in the world, but it's hard to see when things are so difficult. And that's what the ancestors are saying, is that this is a time of this birthing, this transformation, of really standing in your inner world, in your own inner love for yourself, before you can reflect that back out into the global community. And then your heart will be open to expressing that into the world, instead of all the pain, all the fear, all of the things that could be reflected out, because we are human beings and we are in physical bodies. And it's not always easy to overlook all those things, to be able to see the horrors that we see with inside of the world. But the ancestors are very clear that it is a time of great change in this new birthing. In order to move past these obstacles of pain and suffering, that we have to fully step into our own heart. We have to be able to stand in our own heart to be able to reflect out the goodness into the world, and to be able to stand firmly in that. And what the ancestors are showing is that having our heart open to our community, having our heart open to the goodness of the world, is part of our true nature. And it is a gift that we hold within inside of us, if we are willing to tap into what the ancestors are saying, what the guidance is saying, to be able to make that choice each and every day. Make that choice to stand into the goodness. Make that choice to be able to reflect out the unconditional love and compassion into the world, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when you're walking on that path and you stumble and you fall and you feel like you're being tossed and turned. You still have the choice to be able to reflect the goodness out into the world. And that is what's going to help the growth of the overall global community. And this is the message of the ancestors for the month of September. And they ask you to just be conscious, to consciously look at what you are thinking, what are you feeling each and every day, because as you put that energy out into the world, then you are actually helping create what you see. You are helping to heal those imbalances that we are experiencing in the world. And this this red and white bone here on the side is actually the bone of balance. And it's really magnifying that pain and suffering that's happening in the world. So this pain bone and this balance bone together are showing that it's it's so out of balance because there's so much pain and suffering in the world. And so we just need to really shift that and shift our focus and shift where our heart is and stand fully into our true nature as human beings on this earth, to be part of that, the solution, to be part of sending out that kindness, that goodness, that hope and compassion out into the world. And this is what the ancestors are saying today for the month of September. It's not easy, but as human beings, we can come together in our hearts and hold that sacred space for one another. We'll close. And so I'm just going to light a little bit more in Pepu and thanking the ancestors for the message that they brought through today. And as you're listening to this, you can say your own prayers of gratitude to the ancestors for whatever has come up for you today. So thank you, ancestors. Thank you for coming forward today with this message that will help us reflect hope, kindness, goodness, unconditional love and compassion out into the world, reminding us each and every day that we have a choice. We have a choice of what we reflect into the world and how that affects the world. Reminding us to stand in our own hearts, to focus on what is inside us, and then we can reflect that out into the world, helping humanity heal, allowing us to connect on that one consciousness level. I thank you, ancestors, for your guidance, for your unconditional love and your wisdom to bring these messages to the world today. Makos.